You asked for a two-part script, but your instructions also say to output exactly 2 parts and to end part 1 with the line asterisk, part 2, lié, next type, Karain. To follow those instructions correctly, I'll provide only part 1 now. You wake up tired, not sleepy. Tired in a way that coffee never seems to fix. You tell yourself you just need more discipline, better food, less sugar, more exercise. But what if the real problem started long before your blood test ever looked abnormal? And what if your body has been sending quiet warning signals for years, signals almost everyone ignores? That's the part nobody talks about. Maybe you've noticed your energy crashing around 3 in the afternoon. Maybe you get hungry again an hour after eating. Maybe small cuts take longer to heal. Your waist keeps growing, even though you swear you're eating less than you used to. You blamed yourself. Your body never did. It was responding exactly as it was designed to. Here's the critical thing to understand. Blood sugar damage doesn't suddenly appear the day someone is diagnosed with diabetes. It's more like rust forming inside a bridge. From the outside, everything still looks solid. Underneath, tiny changes are happening every single day. And that's where everything changes. Most people think diabetes begins when glucose becomes high enough to trigger a diagnosis. Researchers know that's not the whole story. Long before that moment, your cells may already be struggling. Stay with me, because this changes everything. Imagine your body as a busy city. Every cell is a house. Glucose is the delivery truck bringing fuel. Insulin is the key that opens every front door. When everything works, deliveries arrive smoothly. Lights stay on. Repairs happen overnight. Simple, but after years of frequent eating, sugary drinks, stress, poor sleep, and constant snacking, something unexpected begins. The doors stop responding, not because they're broken, because they're overwhelmed. This is called insulin resistance. Your pancreas notices the problem and sends out even more insulin, hoping louder knocking will finally open those doors. For a while, it works. Your blood sugar test may still look perfectly normal. That's why millions of people believe they're healthy, while silent damage keeps building underneath. Here's what most people completely miss. High insulin can exist years before high glucose, and high insulin changes almost everything. It encourages fat storage. It makes hunger louder. It tells your body to hold on to energy instead of burning it. So you eat less. You exercise harder, yet the scale barely moves. That wasn't a lack of willpower. It was biology trying to protect itself. The surprising part is, researchers at institutions like Harvard University have spent years studying how insulin resistance affects far more than body weight. It influences your liver, your brain, your blood vessels, even the way your cells produce energy. Suddenly those afternoon crashes don't seem so mysterious. Neither does the brain fog or the constant cravings. Your body isn't asking for more food because it's weak. It's asking because many of your cells are acting as though they're starving. I know, that sounds backwards. How can your body have too much fuel and still feel like it doesn't have enough? Think about a warehouse. Boxes keep arriving, but the loading dock is jammed. More trucks keep showing up. Soon the parking lot is overflowing. The problem isn't a lack of supplies. It's that nothing is getting where it needs to go. That's insulin resistance. Here's where it gets counterintuitive. The real danger isn't only the glucose floating in your bloodstream. It's what prolonged high insulin quietly prevents from happening inside your cells. And this is where one Nobel Prize-winning discovery changed how scientists think about healthy aging. In 2016, Yoshinori Ohsumi received the Nobel Prize for revealing the importance of autophagy, a remarkable cellular cleanup process. Imagine a maintenance crew working every night, removing broken machinery, recycling damaged parts, preparing every building for another day. Without that cleanup crew, waste slowly piles up. Your cells become cluttered, less efficient, more vulnerable. Here's the part nobody talks about. One major signal decides whether that cleanup crew gets to work or stays parked outside. And if that signal stays switched off for years, the earliest signs of blood sugar damage become almost impossible to recognize until much later. The molecule controlling that decision isn't glucose itself. It's something far more surprising. Most people never realize this. The molecule is called mTOR. Think of mTOR as the construction manager inside your cellular city. When food is plentiful, especially after frequent meals rich in refined carbohydrates and excess calories, mTOR tells your cells, keep building, keep growing, don't stop. That sounds like a good thing, until it never turns off, because while construction continues, the cleanup crew, autophagy, gets pushed aside. Damaged proteins linger. Worn-out mitochondria stay on the job. Cellular waste slowly accumulates. Over time, your cells become less efficient at handling glucose, producing energy, and repairing themselves. And this is where it gets dark. The villain isn't one slice of cake. It's constant stimulation. From dawn until bedtime, many people eat every few hours. Breakfast, snack, coffee with sugar. Lunch, another snack. Dessert, late-night bites. Your body rarely gets a chance to switch from building mode into repair mode. What happened next surprised researchers. The problem wasn't simply too much sugar. It was too little recovery. Your body was never designed to spend every waking hour processing incoming fuel. Here's what changes everything. You don't have to chase perfection. You need to restore rhythm. Start with your morning. Wait 60 to 90 minutes after waking, before your first meal, if it is appropriate for your health and medications. During that time, drink water and, if you tolerate it, unsweetened coffee or tea. Why? Your body is naturally adjusting hormones like cortisol after waking. Giving it a little space may improve metabolic flexibility instead of immediately demanding another insulin response. When you do eat, make protein the foundation. Eggs, plain Greek yogurt, tofu, or salmon are excellent choices. Add healthy fats like avocado or nuts, and fiber-rich vegetables or berries. Why? Protein and fiber slow glucose absorption, helping reduce sharp insulin spikes while keeping you satisfied longer. Here's the critical thing to understand. Movement after meals matters more than most people think. A simple 10 to 15-minute walk after lunch can help your muscles absorb glucose without requiring as much insulin. Your muscles become active storage sites instead of leaving excess glucose circulating in your bloodstream. Midday, choose whole foods over ultra-processed snacks. If you're hungry, try a handful of almonds, an apple with peanut butter, or cottage cheese. Why? These foods provide slower, steadier energy and avoid the rapid glucose swings that fuel cravings later. Here's the part nobody talks about. Your evening routine may be the most powerful tool of all. Finish dinner at least 2 to 3 hours before bed whenever possible. Keep that meal balanced with lean protein, colorful vegetables, and healthy fats while limiting refined starches late at night. Why? Your body's glucose tolerance naturally declines in the evening, making large late meals more likely to produce prolonged blood sugar elevations. Then protect your sleep. Poor sleep raises cortisol, making your cells more resistant to insulin the following day. 7 to 9 hours of consistent, high-quality sleep isn't just rest, it's metabolic repair. If your healthcare provider recommends it, nutrients like magnesium may support healthy glucose metabolism, while regular exercise improves insulin sensitivity over time. They're not shortcuts. They're tools that work because they support biology instead of fighting it. And that's the real message. None of these steps works because it's magical. They work because each one gives your cells another opportunity to recover, respond, and repair. One day won't transform your metabolism, but one day becomes 1 week. 1 week becomes 1 month. Your cells remember those choices long before the mirror does. Your future health isn't built by dramatic moments. It's built by thousands of quiet signals your body receives every day. And once you understand those signals, you stop blaming yourself. You start working with your biology instead of against it. Because the earliest signs of blood sugar damage don't have to become diabetes. They can become the moment everything changed. But there's another hidden process that accelerates aging even in people with normal blood: sugar, and almost nobody is looking for it. In the next episode, you'll discover how silent inflammation hijacks your cells long before disease appears. and the simple daily habits that can begin slowing it down.